You mentioned, Del Pay, that you had a school, Esserson. Is there a training or certification to learn about energy medicine? And do you have to have special requirements? Do you have to be a nurse or a doctor to learn this? Or can you see parents or just the average person?
Right, that's a good question, because I can tell you, I have taught more than 40,000 people around the world. I have so many graduates in Asia, the Philippines, in India, and in different countries, South America, United States, all. I have traveled to 50 countries, and I've observed that different cultures have different openness. When I was teaching in the Philippines, in India, in South America, sometimes the parents and the mothers learn faster than the doctors. Even they don't know the anatomy. It's just because some of these areas, they are more receptive to the need for energy medicine because they don't have insurances, they don't have money to fund their health conditions. So they are forced to learn it because it's more of a need. Whereas in America, like in the United States, it's more difficult to penetrate the medical market and the healthcare market because they have more preferences on the medical modern aspects of medicine. Is because it is more for protection from, malpractice, this and that. And of course, that is what they learned for a long time, and most insurance cover those costs. So, of course, that is what they use. But today, I found out that I can train a medical doctor, a nurse, a respiratory therapist, a massage therapist side by side, without diminishing the efficacy among all of them. In Asia, I usually combine training doctors and mothers in a big seminar. But if I will train doctors separately, it will be more efficient because I will deal exactly on the knowledge of their physical anatomy, plus the pathology of the disease, plus the physiology of the conditions. And I will add quickly the energy and spiritual anatomy, which for them would be the most interesting part. But for people who are healers who don't know the anatomy, I consume a lot of time sometimes talking about physical anatomy aspects, and then I will superimpose the energy anatomy aspect. So if I can delineate the different students into different groups and niches, it is faster to train by niche than if you group everyone together. So we have certification programs that either certify healthcare givers, doctors, or any kind of healing graduate who wants to practice energy medicine or healing science in the right way with higher proficiency or mastery of a niche. So I have a first level which gives a person the perspective of healing science and also how to use the basic colors for healing. Say how to heal the common diseases like how to remove headache in 2 minutes, or how to heal migraine in 5 minutes, or how to alleviate back pain in a few minutes. Those can be taught in one day. And also the nature of the chakras, the centers of energy, the 12 centers in the body, the different components of the aura or the human energy system, the first layer, the emotional layer, and the mental layer, and their relationship to the physical anatomy. And also the nature of health and diseases in many levels, physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Now the second level is a 2-day training program that deals with more specialized tools to be able to extract disease energy and negative vibration from the aura and from the chakras or the energy centers of the body plus the organs using certain techniques of extraction. You can use your hand or you can use your visualization, but more combined. And then replacing those dirty energy and malfunctioning energy with colored vibration combined, specifically addressing the needs of the person for a specific organ, for a specific symptom. Like the colors needed for fever is different than when you are disintegrating a calcified kidney stone, or healing a cancer on the brain is different color than if you're healing a cancer of the uterus or cervix. So there are different color applications because a good healing science should be able to directly know the do's, what to do, and what not to do, the don'ts. Any healing system that doesn't know the do's and the don'ts and the dangers connected to the healing strategy and the healing vibration is still an art, not a science. And this is where the danger lies when people train healers without indicating the negative or the consequences of using certain vibrations. So a lot of healers have to really be aware that different applications, different diseases need different vibrations. Okay? So those are the 2 days of training intensively, all these strategies and tools. Then the third level are specializations. When you want to deal with sleep disorders, insomnia, parasomnia, and all those kinds of sleep problems, stress, fatigue, that is a special niche. So we train people only for those and their ramifications. Or if you train people to heal ADHD, learning disability, inattentiveness, all those learning disorders and hyperactivity, that is another niche that we teach people specifically for those, for children and adult ADHD. Or if it is life-threatening disease like cancer, lupus, severe heart conditions, and AIDS, that is a specific line that is even a broader line. Or there are special diseases today that are not easy to diagnose by medical means, called the psycho-spiritual diseases. It's not caused just by physical chemicals or by emotions. They are caused by a certain awakening of energy in the body called the sacred fire, which is stimulated when you meditate and do yoga, or when you start to have a spiritual awakening, that are not easy to detect because their symptoms are a group of unpredictable ones that are grouped in a syndrome, or common groups of symptoms that are not easy to put in a box or an archetype, and even doctors cannot detect them that easily, even blood tests. And I have found this a lot in yogis, in mystics who meditate a lot, in meditators that are using certain kinds of meditation that are overfrying their systems. So this is another big niche that many schools of healing and energy medicine don't offer today, which my school, Esusen, has a specific strategy to approach them.